Hello! So welcome back. This is a continuation of the top 15 records that I bought this year. And in at number 10 is this utterly brilliant live set from Eva Cassidy. This was recorded in 1996 at the Blues Alley Jazz Club in Washington, D.C. in January 1996. And 20 years later, it was released as a 4 LP set. Pressed on 180-gram vinyl. The vinyl was mastered by Pete Norman at Final Tweak in London. But this is just amazing. It's a very intimate concert. Obviously, it's not a huge venue, and it's like Eva Cassidy is in the room. And apart from that, she just has the most achingly beautiful voice. She really does. She's one of my favourite singers. I didn't think anyone had such a pure voice as Ella Fitzgerald, but Eva Cassidy is right up there. Absolutely fantastic. There are many songs 31 songs, in fact, on this set, and some classics on here like Bridge Over Troubled Water, What a Wonderful World, Fine and Mellow, Late in the Evening by Paul Simon, Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time, my favourite, Fields of Gold, Sting's Fields of Gold. That is just so achingly beautiful. And the quality of the recording's fantastic. If you have a really good system, good turntable, good cartridge, good system, and you set it up properly, it's like Eva Cassidy is in the room with you. It's a fantastic experience, this, and well worth seeking out if you haven't already got it. There was a limited edition box set of 7 LPs. They were at 45 RPM. That's quite difficult to get hold of, but you can get hold of this one for not too much cash. I got this one on Amazon, and it's just stunning. It's a stunning live set, and what a voice she has. It's just she just has a wonderful voice. So that's in at number 10. Moving in at number 9 is from the Blue Note Classic series, and this was released this year, Idle Moments by Grant Green. Oh my goodness, what an album this is. If you want to listen late at night to some bluesy, cool jazz, oh my God, this is the one. This should be top of your list. Recorded in 1964. The lineup is Joe Henderson, Bobby Hutcherson on vibes, Duke Pearson, Bob Cranshaw, Al Harewood. I love anything with any jazz album with Bobby Hutcherson on it. I have to get. I love the cerebral kind of quality that his vibes bring to a performance, to a jazz ensemble. It really adds something that no other instrument can quite deliver. And this was remastered by Kevin Gray and pressed at Optimal, remastered from the original analog tapes. It's a late night listening treat. It really is one of my favourite jazz albums, and I'm so pleased that I got it. The vinyl is beautifully flat, quiet, and again, Blue Note have done a great job with the remastering on this. Now, this is the only version I have, so I can't compare it to any other reissue, but they'd have to go some way to beat this. It really is a fantastic release, fantastic album, highly recommended. One of my favorite jazz albums. It really is. I find myself just putting this on usually at night, and it never fails to deliver. It's a real treat for any jazz fans out there, and again, I'd highly recommend this. So that's coming at number 9. Number 8, another album to feature Bobby Hutcherson as one of the instrumentalists, one of the musicians. Eric Dolphy's Out to Lunch. This is the Blue Note Classic release. Oh my goodness, it's avant-garde jazz, but it's not melodic in the way that perhaps Idle Moments is, or many other jazz albums are. And you kind of struggle to find a melody in the tracks, but they just stick in your head, and you find yourself kind of humming along. Hat and Beard, for instance, the first track. It's a strange, it's a real. I suppose it's not an immediately. It's not an album that you can get into immediately, but it's so rewarding. And again, the fact that Bobby Hutcherson is on this, along with Freddie Hubbard, obviously Eric Dolphy, Anthony Williams, and Richard Davis, but the vibes of Bobby Hutcherson really add, again, a cerebralness to the performance, and it really is just a fantastic album, like nothing else I've ever heard. I can't think of any other albums, perhaps with the exception of one, which I'll come on to later, because actually that's further up the list, which remotely comes near the kind of avant-gardeness of this album. It's completely out there on its own. And another thing about this album is the cover. I think the cover is just one amazing cover. Reed Miles, what a genius that guy was. The guy that that throughout the late 50s and up to the mid 60s, he was the designer for all the Blue Note covers, and his covers are just iconic. And this is one of my favorites. He didn't use a photograph of anyone from the band. He didn't use a photograph of Eric Dolphy. He just found this picture from a shop window. We'll be back out to lunch, and it's just what you can't imagine any other picture to do justice to this album. Absolutely fantastic performance. Again, as all the Blue Note Classic series are remastered by Kevin Gray, pressed at Optimal, and just a brilliant album. One of my favourite jazz albums. And a great job again from Blue Note. A very quiet vinyl, flat, just a great remaster and a super release. And the fact that you can pick these up for 25 quid, $25 or whatever it is, maybe a few more dollars than that, but I think it's about 25 euros here. To be able to pick up great copies of these iconic albums, that we're so lucky. We're really going through a real golden age of vinyl reissues at the moment. We're so lucky, because I've been collecting records for 40 years and over 40 years. And, throughout the mid 90s up until about 10 years ago, you could hardly buy anything on vinyl. The only place you could really get records were from, like charity shops and secondhand bins and all that, and garage sales and that sort of thing. So we're so lucky now to have, a vinyl revival that's bringing us remasters like this. It's just fantastic. It really is. So let me see. That's number 8. Number 7, another Blue Note, Grant Green's Grant's First Stand. This was his debut, 1961, and it's only a three piece. It's Grant Green, Babyface Willette, and Ben Dixon on drums. Babyface Willette on organ. And the reason I wanted to get this is because I got Babyface Willette's Face to Face on Tone Poet, from Blue Note, earlier last year, which I really like as well. Unfortunately didn't make the top 15, but I really liked his style, and I thought I'd actually really like to hear anything that he's done. And he didn't make a huge amount of records, died very young, which is a shame, because he had a style that was quite different to the other Blue Note organist, who's much more well known, Jimmy Smith, the incredible Jimmy Smith. Babyface Willette just had a different style, and it really complements Grant Green superbly well on this album. And it's only a 3-piece, so very simple arrangement, very beautifully mic'd up and engineered by Rudy Van Gelder. So it sounds stunning. And again, this is from the Blue Note 80s, the Blue Note 80s series, which is now the Classic series. So yet again, Kevin Gray remastered it. It's pressed at Optimal. A real bluesy, groovy, just a super cool record. Absolutely love this. Never get tired of listening to it. If I'm often stuck for something to listen to, I just put this on. It's my default because I know I'm going to love it, and it's just brilliant. Really is fantastic. So I highly recommend this. Every Grant Green album that I've bought so far has been really good. This is probably my favourite. Really love this, and so pleased that that Blue Note remastered it and brought it out. You know, it's just a great album. Sounds superb. So that's number 7. Number 6, not a Blue Note this time, but this is from Sam Records. Afternoon in Paris, with John Lewis and Sacha Distel on guitar. And this is released by Sam Records, who are a French label, based in France, obviously. This was, let's see now, it's a limited edition. What they do is they press a certain number, they press a certain number, and then they're out of stock, but they do a repress. So I checked the Sam Records website just before I did this video, and they're actually available. So they've done a repress, and there are some available. And this is a mono record from 1956, and it's a lineup of French and American musicians recorded in Paris, and it's in mono. But oh my God, I mean, for a mono recording, it's probably one of the best mono recordings I've got. It's just fantastic, and you forget the fact that it's mono. And mono, some people like mono, some people not so keen and prefer stereo. I prefer stereo, but if it's a really good mono recording, I actually really love it. I love mono as well, and this is just brilliant, and it's beautifully done by Sam Records. They've done such a lovely job. The sleeves are handmade. Well, they look handmade. They might not be, but it's got that kind of artisan feeling to it. And you know, they're on limited edition. The artwork uses the original photos. They're pressed by Optimal in Germany. It's a small label, and they only have like a few titles on their shop, but and they sell out pretty quick. But then they do represses. But this is right up there. This is fantastic. It really is just a wonderful album. It's super quiet, great sound for a mono. It's just a lovely record. And again, it's another one of those records that if I don't know what to listen to, I'll just if I'm not in the mood for Grant Green, I'll stick this on, because every time I play it, it's just an absolute pleasure. It really is. And it, you know what? The other thing is, I don't know about in America. Obviously, it's released in France, so there's import duties and delivery charges as well on top of that. So it probably isn't as cheap for anyone in America to order this as it is for me, because I'm based in Ireland. So from France, it's what, 28 euros plus whatever the delivery charge is. So for just over $30, 30 euros, I can get this, and it's just tremendous value. And when you consider what you have to pay from some other labels I could mention, you know, who the Sam Records are doing a great job, and you're not having to pay through the nose for really good records. I really recommend this. I really do. Another one I'd recommend from them is Jazz sur Scène, which is lovely as well. But this is my favourite, Afternoon in Paris. And what a cover! What a cover! I mean, the Eiffel Tower in the background there, and there's John Lewis and Sacha Distel, you know, on a wintry day, just kind of, you know, chewing the fat. What a great cover! And every Sam Records release comes with a print as well, and the print that comes with this is of the cover. So, you know, if you have a frame, that's a great way of framing the cover without having to use the record. So that's number 6. I'll be doing a top 5 soon. Stay tuned. That'll be coming in the not too distant future. So yeah, thanks for watching, and keep spinning those records.